is Dusty Foles. I am a third grade teacher at Lockport Upper Elementary School in Lafourche Parish. As an educator, I am most passionate about teaching and inspiring students in the small community that I grew up in. As a member of this community, I get to build relationships with students and parents inside and most importantly outside of the classroom. Having this positive partnership allows me to reach the whole child. I not only get to educate students about math, but about important life skills that will build them into productive citizens of this community. Today, my third graders will be learning how to solve two-step word problems using the 4 operations by completing Module 3, Lesson 19 of Eureka Math. Before today, students have learned how to fluently multiply and divide using factors up to 10, add and subtract 3-digit numbers, and practice two-step word problems in lessons 23 of Module 1 and 25 of Module 2. Two-step word problems involving any operation has been a struggle for students in the past. In fact, solving problems with any operations was one of our problem areas on last year's LEAP test. If we practice this skill using a variety of strategies and practice it often, students will gain the knowledge and confidence to tackle these problems on any assessment and most importantly in real life situations. The class you will see today is one out of the 4 math classes I teach daily. This class does not have any 504 or 1508 students. In fact, this class consists of average to above average learners. As educators, we tend to focus on struggling students and ways to fill their gaps. This class is the opposite. These students require enrichment that brings their learning a step further than the standard requires. The final 2 activities in this lesson were only completed by this class. In today's lesson, we will start the exact same way we start any of our lessons every day, with fluency practice. We practice multiplication facts using rhymes and times and songs. If students become fluent with basic facts in multiplication and division in 3rd grade, standards in future grades will be easier to master. After fluency, we check homework and revisit any problems that gave students difficulty. Next, the Eureka lesson is introduced. After, we will complete our daily practice, which I believe is the most impactful component of the lesson. After the daily practice is completed, immediate feedback is given and used for any rewards or reteaching. The next 2 activities were added specifically for this class, a Kahoot game and writing their own 2-step word problems in groups. Let's see how this looks. Hope you enjoy my lesson and my wonderful students.
6 times 6.
36. 6 times 6, 36. Lollipop list.
6 times 7.
42. 6 times 7. Rings are new, shiny and bright. All 42.
6 times 8.
Luckiest number around. Use your brain, left and right. And 7 you'll learn to multiply.
Think fast now and say the answer before me. 7 times 1 is 7.
Good.
7 times 2 is
14.
14. 7 times 3 is
21.
The number of squares, and then we go into the total number of sides. Are our numbers getting bigger or smaller?
Bigger.
Bigger in our in and out tables. So when they're getting bigger, yesterday we learned what pattern does it make? Multiply. And here it's twice. Remember, can we multiply twice at the same time? No. So what do we have to use? Parentheses. So I need everybody to write this problem down. 5 times 2 times 3. Put your parentheses somewhere and solve your problem. This problem here. We're going to picture Reagan in this problem. So here we go, Reagan. Reagan spends 25 minutes doing reading homework. She then completes her math homework, which takes her 3 minutes to do each problem. She has 8. So go ahead and write me the equation to see how many minutes, how can we figure out how many minutes Reagan spends doing her math homework? 2. Olivia?
You multiply 3 and 8.
Why are we multiplying? You're correct.
Because we're trying to find the total minutes.
We're finding the total minutes, and who can tell us? Because adding can help you find the total also. John, why is it multiplying?
Because it's each, and each is that's like 8 times 3 is just 8 threes.
8 threes, very good. It's equal groups to find a total. We know she spends 25 minutes reading, 24 minutes doing her math. Go ahead and see how many minutes Reagan spends doing her homework in all. Let's figure that out. Who remembers, let's review this. Who remembers what it means when we estimate an amount? Addison? We round it. So now let's round 49 minutes to see about how long Reagan took to do her homework. Let's take. I want you and your partner to go ahead and work this problem out. Talk about it, what you think we need to do, and then go ahead and work it out. What y'all think we need to do? There's 9 hacks. There's 8 hacks. 9 and why? Nora.
9 times 8 equals 72.
Why we multiply here?
Because it said each pack has 8 markers and there was 9 packs.
Awesome job. So each means we're making equal what? Groups. All right, who could tell us what we had to do second? Gage, what we did second?
You have to subtract 72 from 19.
We are good. We have to subtract 19 from 72. We're subtracting. It's okay. And why are we subtracting?
Because it says there are 19 markers
Left. So that means they used some of the markers. They take some. And when you take some or use some, we gotta what? Subtract. All right, so let's look. Can we do now? I want you and your partner reading this question together and tackling it together step by step. Go ahead.
We subtract this yeah, that's what we gotta do. So
Look at y'all. Who can tell us what we're doing next to see how many weeks he earns this money? Zoe? Good. And why are we dividing there? You know why we're dividing? You're trying to see what he earns each week, and we know he earns $9 each week. So we're making groups of 9. What times 9 equals 45, class? 5. Who can tell me, even if we didn't know this, how do you know your answer has to be a 5, Reagan?
Because your wallet has a 5 in it.
Here we go, we're on number 1. Now, no partner. I want you reading it and working out your problem. Awesome. Okay, let's think. What times 9 equals 72? 9 times 7 is 63. So look and see. Do your 9's trick if you need to. Awesome. Let's go ahead and pick a 5 out of 5. I'll pick this person right here. And the lucky winner is Autumn. That's your prize, Autumn. And here we go. Let's look at our percentages. Eyes on the board. We have a 94, a 100. So can I get a? Yeah! All right. We we got a 75, so we're gonna have to go over that one. We got a 95, and we got an 80. So how many we have to go over? 2. Okay? What I want you to do is you are going to create your own 2-step word problem. All right? Zoe's like, oh. But listen, I'm going to give you the problem. Okay? I love it. I love it. Okay? Make sure.
6 reindeers and 8 rows that landed on his roof.
Let me know once y'all answer it.
Okay, now we have to solve it. I want to solve it. So you do the first one.
Santa's reindeer go to 8 houses, and each house gets 6 presents. With 17 of those presents are. I love it.
How many houses? How many were not called?
Let's look at a couple of problems on the board. Let's remember, our problem was 6 times 8 minus what? 17. Eyes up here. Look at Drew and Eleanor's. 8 houses with 6 elves in each house. I love it. What word lets us know that we have 8 houses with 6 elves in each house? Each. We have 8 groups of 6. Kids touch 17 elves. So how many elves still have magic? Because like they said, once you touch your elf, it what? It loses its magic. So they solved it. 8 times 6 is what? 48. And then they did 48 minus 17, which equaled 31. Perfect. Another one. Santa's reindeer go to 8 houses, and each house gets 6 presents. But 17 of those presents are cold. So how many presents were not cold? Guys, y'all did a fantastic job. So listen up. You're not solving the problems. So put your pencils down, okay? All you're doing is telling me what step you would do first, then what you would do second. Remember, what you do first is in parentheses, like we learned. All right, we have 13 people that got this one correct. So let's go over it, all right? We have 2 stacks of 4 costumes. So picture that, guys. Picture 2 stacks. Look, 2 stacks with 4 costumes. What are we gonna do to see how many costumes that Tom bought? Multiply. What is our multiplication problem? 2 times 4. And then look, there was 72 cat costumes, and they want to see how many were left. What are we gonna do? Subtract the ones that Tom bought. 18 again, that's awesome. What are we gonna do to see how much 6 bags each cost $9? What are we gonna do to see what's the total of that? Multiply. And then they had $72, and we gotta take away what the pet food cost, so we are going to subtract. Looking back at this lesson, students did master solving 2-step word problems. It was evident that they were understanding when to use the 4 operations while I was walking around the room checking their Eureka workbook pages. Also, the majority of the class made a 5 out of 5 or a 4 out of 5 on their daily practice, and the class average for our Kahoot was a 79%. The only thing I could maybe do differently next time is to make sure to practice more problems that require the same operation twice. The only problem that students had difficulty with in the daily practice involved students adding twice instead of like multiplying or dividing. Using the data from the daily practice and Kahoot also helped me identify a very small group of students who had difficulty. We will provide additional instruction to these students in a small group setting with my coworker, Miss Ashley Arnold. Hope you enjoyed my lesson.